12:03 on Thursday, August 11th. We'll call to order the City Council meeting to canvass the 2022 primary election results. And we'll start with roll call.
O'Day. Here. Stunek.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Beezer. Stengline. Erickson.
Here.
Bevins. And Bedot.
Here.
Okay, that brings us to number 3, canvassing of 2022 primary election results. Connie.
The results are passed out in front of you, and so we are here to verify that those recipients received those number of votes. And it has to be done 3 days after the primary election.
Okay. Any questions on the results from anybody? Mayor Bedot.
I do have a question. I actually received multiple phone calls and actually a few people that stopped in to see me in my office as well about one of the particular candidates in one of the elections. And so I just have questions about what our procedures or policies are and what our responsibilities are in whether or not an individual is a resident of the city of Brainerd. So just a little backstory. I received some phone calls, concerned citizens stating that they believe that one of the members of the special election for Council Ward 1, Kara Terry, is not actually a resident of the city of Brainerd. And from their view, what it was essentially that she's not living here, that there are 2 households, one in Champlin and one here, and that she's not actually a resident of Brainerd. I don't know whether that is or is not the case, but I will say that somewhere around the 3rd conversation you have, you start to wonder about things. I did do a quick internet search, which threw up a few red flags to me, which is why I'm speaking. I just want to find out what our responsibilities are. If we're certifying this, what is our responsibility, and what is the city's determining factor in that?
Connie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the council. So we did reach out to our city attorney, and we talked about that. We received an affidavit of candidacy that was filed by Ms. Kara Terry, and that there is no obligation of the city to go beyond the affidavit of candidacy. If there's questions, residents can file a campaign complaint, and we believe that they file that with the Office of Administrative Hearing. Staff did verify that that address provided on the affidavit of candidacy is within the city limits and in the ward that she was filing for. So above and beyond that, the complaint would need to come from the resident to what we believe is the Office of Administrative Hearings.
So any concerned citizen would have to file
A campaign complaint.
a campaign complaint to a different office, nothing this body would handle.
That is my understanding.
Yeah, just a follow-up question or follow-up statement. I just want to say that, these elections, and specifically the ward elections, are the closest thing that our citizens have to direct representation. These are representatives of the neighborhood. So I am happy that people spoke up if they are concerned about it, if they are concerned about whether or not their neighborhood is going to be represented by a neighbor. So I think it's a warranted conversation to have, and I think as a city, it is a part of our job that when people come to us and ask the questions, that we ask the questions of our staff and of our attorney, and then we can give them direction.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any other questions before we?
Just for the record, I did report the same communication to Mrs. Bergman about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I don't know if it was right after candidacy was official or something was in the paper, but somebody reached out to me, and actually somebody reached out to my wife, and just saying the same thing, that they were concerned about the same thing. So it's not just like one person making the claim, and it's worth looking into.
Do we know her address?
She
has a Brainerd address.
She owns a home in Brainerd at 810 Paul Circle. That's over by Bain Park. But she also owns a home in Champlin, Minnesota. And that's people's question is, where does she?
So I'm not claiming one way or another. I'm same as the mayor here. I believe just reporting what has been reported to me.
Yeah, our job as representatives is to be the voice of the people.
So if those citizens have are seriously concerned, they can file their complaint with the administrative hearings. We're here today to canvass the results. And we're not saying anybody does or doesn't live anywhere. We're saying they received X number of votes on Tuesday night. That's all we're voting on today. So with that, I'm looking for a motion to certify the primary election results.
Second, Erickson.
We have a motion by Stunek, a second by Erickson. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries.